One day I might get used to this recording, but today is not that day. However, I did say I was going to talk more about what Elev8 actually does after having talked about where it came from and why I wanted to get it started. So I'm going to do it, but I'm going to make sure we get rid of any of the jargon, acronyms that we know and love in many sectors, education being one of the worst. And so let's cut the fluff out and let's get to the plain English. So at the heart of Elev8, it's about helping people and businesses grow, and doing that together. It might sound really simple, but growth happens in so many ways, and that's, through leadership, skills, confidence, mindset's a big one. And without any of those things, we're not going to see the growth that we want. But to do it effectively, at Elev8, we've identified 8 areas that we found make the biggest difference. So we start with evaluate, and that has to be the first step, because how can we move forward if we don't know where you stand right now? So gaining that understanding, making sure we're taking a close look at the business, the teams, how people really feel, by listening to those who matter. It'll help us find out what's working, what's holding people back, and what can make the biggest difference. And that's not a one size fits all. There's various different aspects to that and various different elements we will go and look at and investigate to make sure that we've got a really clear picture and you've got a really clear picture that's realistic for you and the rest of the team. The rest of evaluate, so the other 7, come in an order that would be logical to you and your business based on what's found in evaluate. So this is in no particular order from here on in, and it might be that you don't need all of them. It might be that it's only some of them, but it's really to give you an idea of each of the areas and what they mean. So we move on to collaborate, which is the alignment of strategy and people. So once we know what the picture is, where we are right now, we'll work together to align business strategy with people, and making sure that it's a strategy that can really get into operational practice and make sure we can make that happen. It's about making sure everyone knows what that plan is, that they're really actually buying into it rather than paying lip service, and everyone understands how they can contribute to making it happen and where their role fits in that. So I suppose you could think about it like a football team. If everyone knows the game plan, as you invested in that game plan, suddenly the team is working better towards their goal to win. Next, we'd have educate. This is all about giving people the skills and knowledge that they need to succeed. And, that could be leadership and management. Quite often it starts there. In fact, I would say 9 times out of 10, but it's more than that. But it could also be technical expertise and, making sure that people in roles are able to communicate within and externally, or, customer service. There's a whole host of things that can go into that. And so we don't want to just tick a training box exercise. It's about learning what's really needed, where the gaps are, and then putting in place strategies and tools that are going to make the learning stick and that make a real difference in the workplace and to individuals and their ability to do their roles. Celebrate. So here we move into recognition and culture, and you might think that this comes at the end when we've achieved all of these things, and part of it may do, but actually celebrate is about recognizing people for the work they're doing and the difference they make on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. It's amazing how something as simple as just an acknowledgement can boost engagement, confidence, and real motivation across the team where that's seen. A simple thank you or celebrating milestones can make people feel seen and valued, and part of that bigger culture that we're trying to create. So celebrate will work in a way that's right for you and your people. Might be small ways, might be larger. It might be the simple everyday thank yous, or to bigger annual celebrations and how we do that. Another we have is motivate, which focuses on helping people feel inspired and connected to what they do, but also is ensuring an accountability for that. So this is really about engagement and drive. People are really understanding and getting to grips with the why they do what they do, and how that's contributing, so they can perform better and they can be happier doing it. I sometimes compare it to a team that's excited to solve problems because that they know I'll try that again. So think about a team that's excited to solve a problem because they know what they do matters. That's what motivates there to create and help you on that journey. Facilitate, so making things happen, helping teams and leaders to take ideas, turn them into action. So you might see this as more project management, but there's a whole host more to it. It's not enough to plan. It's how we look at the obstacles. It's how we get the right support and how we make sure change actually happens. And that's not us doing it for, and that's why it's facilitate, because it's us enabling you and yours and your team to be able to do that. It's like giving someone the tools and guidance to build a treehouse, not just the blueprint. Just got the plan, haven't given them the skills and haven't facilitated how that project is going to happen. How will it ever get into the tree? Communicate. It's about making sure information flows properly and that people feel heard. So clear, honest conversations, good internal communications, good external communications. What that's going to do is help build trust, solve problems before they grow into something much bigger than they need to be, and ensuring everyone knows what's going on. Imagine a business where people aren't afraid to speak up. Not only will ideas flourish and mistakes get spotted early so we can address them, we're going to have ideas flowing. We're going to be moving into the next stage with everybody on board. And the last one is innovate. If we don't continually evolve and improve, if we stay static, then we're going to go backwards. We know that we live in a changing world, but innovate is about keeping things fresh and evolving. Businesses and teams aren't static themselves. The environment's always changing, challenges are coming up, and opportunities are always out there. We're going to help you adapt and stay ahead of that curve to keep you on the right trajectory. So that's Elev8 in a nutshell. 8 areas that work together to help you, your people and teams, and ultimately the business thrive. We work with all sorts of different organisations, shapes, sizes, different sectors, but the results are always the same. We get more engaged people, better leaders, stronger teams, and a culture that works in everyday life. Over the coming weeks, I will share a deeper dive into each of the 8 areas and what that might look like and examples of what that has looked like, so you can see exactly what a difference is being made in real businesses.